Turn down, turn up, turn up, hell yeah.
My mouth is a weapon. I ain't scared of nothing.
Did y'all see this season finale of Empire? It was so good. Oh my goodness, y'all. Let's just get right into it, okay? So, at the beginning of the episode, it starts 3 weeks after Jamal has been shot. So, he comes home and they throw this big, get together for him. Well, not really big, but, just the family. And while they're having this celebration, Hakeem tells Jamal that he wants him to sing in his wedding. And Jamal tells him, I'm not singing in the wedding. I'm really not going to sing anything until we stop this vicious cycle that we're in. And he was basically alluding to the fact that they are so cutthroat at times with each other. They always get into it. Something is always going on. It's always drama. And he's just tired of it. He's been shot. He's been in so much crap due to the things that his parents have done in their past. So he's just over it. He just wants to get better and heal. He's in a wheelchair and he's like, look, I'm tired of all the drama and I'm just sick of it. And I'm not singing until all this stuff is under the table. I'm done. And you can't really blame Jamal because a lot of things that have happened are due to the stuff that Cookie and Lucious was in 2 years ago. In the next scene, Cookie and Lucious are having this talk, and Anika comes in and she wants to talk to them. So Anika tells them about the feds coming to talk to her, specifically Tariq. And while they're having this conversation, Rhonda busts up in there, right? And she goes right to Anika's neck. Like she just starts choking her out. And she's, I know it was you who pushed me down the steps and you killed my baby. I'm coming for you, right? And it was so crazy. I just did not expect Rhonda to be that gangster. Just to come in there and just go off like that. She came out of nowhere. So Cookie is all puzzled and Andre is looking like what's going on and Lucius is like, man, get her out of here. Anika's nose is bleeding and all kind of stuff. Rhonda went in. Okay, she's not having it. Okay, she just realized that those pumps were the same pumps she seen when she was laying almost dead at the bottom of them steps, honey. She is out for Anika. And the crazy thing is, nobody believes her. Not even Andre. At first Andre had that vision that someone pushed her down the steps and Rhonda wasn't trying to hear it then. But now that all of her memories and things are coming back to her, she's coming at Andre like, well, I believe you now. And Andre is like, well, I'm over that now. Forget all that Christian God stuff. I'm over all of that. When we lost this baby, I lost my faith. So all that stuff that happened while I was trying to be, a Christian, I ain't really into all of that now. I'm more focused on me, you, and us getting this money and this empire. So she tells him that she wants him to kill Anika. Girl, did you really think Andre was gonna kill Anika? And she's pregnant and carrying his brother's baby? Why would you think that he would do that, Rhonda? That's stupid. Why would you think that? Why not say something like, after she has this baby, we gonna knock her off? That would have made more sense to me. But just because, Anika pushed her down the steps and killed her baby, she don't have no regard to Anika's baby. She just don't care. She's out for blood and she wants to kill Anika. And because Andre did not sign up with it, she basically leaves him and she's like, until you get on the same page with me, I'm not fooling with you. Like, until you man up and kill this chick or help me kill Anika, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. And I'm like, really, Rhonda? Really? So after all that commotion, Cookie and Lucius sit down and they're talking about these bodies that he so-called has, right? So there were 3 people that he knocked off that was just, I guess, a part of the drug game. He needed to get rid of them. And then the 4th one was actually a hit. And so he tells her that only 2 people know about the killings. And it's Tommy and Rosie. And the only other person that was in the mix was this guy named Sean. So to tie up some of the loose ends, Cookie goes and visits Sean, which is played by Exhibit, which was cool. And when Cookie gets there, right, it's in this real shady place. It looks like a whole bunch of crime and things that illegal things go on here. That's kind of what that place looked like. So Cookie falls up in there, looking all cookie-licious. You know how she do. So Cookie gets there, and right before she comes in, Sean is stuffing somebody's dead body in a box. Hmm. I say he's stuffing somebody's dead body in a box. He's still about that life, okay? So anyway, Cookie goes in there and she's talking to him and she's like, "Look, I know that you know about these bodies and things, but I'm gonna need you to keep your mouth closed." And he's like, "Well, what am I gonna get out of this?" So she's like, "What do you want?" And he tells her that he has a nephew named Joey and he wants, publishing for him and he wants Hakeem to record it and he wants to be invited to Hakeem's wedding. It was funny because when Sean wanted Cookie to listen to Joey rap, as he was looking at her, she was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's cool, that's cool." And as soon as he turned his back, she was like, you could tell he was garbage. But she just agreed to it just so he would keep his mouth closed. Then Lucius goes and visits Frida in prison. And he's still lying to her. He is still lying to her, even after all of this, right? And he asked her, why are you listening to Carol? Why are you listening to what a crackhead says? I never laid a finger on your dad, which is technically true. Lucius didn't actually kill him, but he had some goons to do it for him. Okay, and so he kind of pulls at her heartstrings because he starts talking about Jamal and how Jamal really don't want to do music and that she is the only one that can help him bring Jamal out of this stage that he's going through. And so it kind of makes her feel bad because at the end of the day, she wasn't trying to shoot Jamal. She was trying to shoot Lucius. So he gives her some music to listen to and gave her some lyrics. So she sits there and she listens to the music and she pushes his little lyrics to the side and she's like, "Nah, I got something." So she sits there and records a verse or two to the track that he gave her. And it's funny how he kind of guilt tripped her because he was like, "Jamal is this way because of what you did to him." And I'm thinking, well, no, not really. I mean, technically, yes, her shooting him made him look at life a little bit differently, yeah, but she is not the reason why he is so fed up with what's going on in his life. It's you and Cookie and all the drama that goes on in the family that has him feeling like he don't want to do music no more. Don't be trying to put that on Frida. He tried it. No. See, Lucius got some nerve. He gets on my last nerve doing that. Don't be trying to put the blame on somebody else. Excuse me, didn't you just tell him a couple of weeks ago that you hoped that he got AIDS and when he died, you was gonna celebrate? That was you that said that to him. And wasn't that you that threw him in a garbage can when he was a little boy? Wasn't that you? Yeah, I think that was you. And I think it was you who didn't let him go see his mama for all them years while she was in prison. Yeah, that was you again. And that was you who came for him and tried to sabotage his career. That was you, Lucius. All Frida did was shoot him because he jumped in the way of the bullet. Get out of here with that. In the next scene, Lucius goes to visit Jamal and he brings him the recording that Frida done. And he tells him that Frida's not mad at him anymore and they can move on and keep doing this music. And he sits there and he listens to the music after Lucius leaves and he kind of zones out and he seems like he's falling back in love with music. And it was a good scene only because you can tell that he really cares about Frida as a person, as an artist. He believes in what she does, and you can tell how their chemistry was so special because it brought him out of his funk and he actually started, doing music. And I thought that was a great scene. And it really just showed how much of a bond that they really have, him and Frida, musically. Next, we have Hakeem and Laura, and they're having dinner with both sets of parents. So, Laura's mother and father are there, and Lucius and Cookie are there, and they're just having a family dinner. And they're talking about the wedding. And Laura's father brings up the fact that this Sean character is coming to the wedding. And he said that they weren't really happy about that because they had heard, stories about him being a thug and, always being into trouble, and they didn't really want that energy around their daughter or the wedding period. And Hakeem kind of takes up for his parents a little bit. And he's like, well, if they're a friend of the family, then, he's welcome to come. But at the same time, me and Laura are going to start our own cycle. Like, don't worry about all the drama that goes on in my family. When her and I get married, we're going to start our own cycle. And it's not going to be any of this mess involved. So you could tell that it kind of made Laura feel a little bit more assured. But her parents were still looking like, mm-mm. In the next scene, Lord have mercy, Anika is on the ledge. She is literally sitting on the edge of the ledge. All those stories high in the Empire building, and homegirl look like she about ready to jump off the edge. So it takes Cookie of all people, okay, to talk her off the ledge. But she's actually thinking about killing herself because she doesn't want to have to testify against Lucius. So Cookie is talking to her and she's like, look, you carrying my grandbaby. You always wanted to be a lion. And now you are, because you're having, Hakeem's baby. Don't kill yourself. We'll work something out. And so they finally talk her off the ledge. But for a second there, y'all, I thought she was legit gonna jump. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? She was so stressed out. Why is Anika so stressed? It's like she can't even handle life situations. And it's so far from where her character started. I don't get this. Why are they making her so. She's not weak because she's pregnant and emotional, and I get it, I understand it. But why are they making her so left field? You know, I don't get it. If you would have told me in season one that Anika was gonna turn out to be the way that she is right now, I would have laughed in your face and said, nah, she would have been Cookie's rival, head to head rival for the rest of the seasons, or, as long as her and Lucius were together, whatever. But I just didn't see her as being this person who can't handle life's pressures. I don't know. It's just weird. Back at Jamal's house, Jamal is prepping for the song that he's going to perform at the wedding. And D Major is there too. And he tells Jamal that he wanted to come see him while he was in the hospital, but Lucius wouldn't let him come back there. Whatever. I'm not feeling D Major. Why is he here? Oh, I know why he's here. Because he wants to produce Jamal's music. I don't trust him as far as I can see him. He's still down low, and I'm just over him. Whatever. Why are you here? Jamal, why are you letting him be there? Whatever. So anyway, so while Jamal is working with um, the musicians and the singers, he's getting it right. He's mirroring how Lucius is as an artist. They both have that musical ear in common. And so as he's getting everything together, he gets excited as they're singing, and he stands up out of his wheelchair, and I'm like, oh, Jamal is walking, and he's not even paying attention. So he's just all in the music and he's singing and all that, and then all of a sudden he almost falls. And it scared me to death. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So he gets back in his wheelchair and he's like, everybody, I'm okay, I'm all right. Let's keep going with the music. And you can just tell, he's holding his side still, and you can tell it still hurts and he's still trying to heal. But he's very ingrained back in the music now, and it's therapeutic for him, just like music is therapy for Andre. and he's probably gonna be okay. Cookie and Lucius have this moment. Listen, I can't be enthused for it because I'm not here for it. So he's telling Cookie, I'm a better man with you. I'm just paraphrasing, I can't live my life without you. You make me better. Just all this crap, right? Okay, Lucius. I'm not saying that I don't believe that Lucius loves Cookie. I'm just saying that his love really ain't enough. Listen, how can you say you love someone and treat them so dirty? I don't get that. Look how he treats his kids, but he love them, right? He say he love Cookie, but look how he treats her. I mean, just 5 minutes ago, you was trying to jeopardize her record label. Were you not? Whenever she tried to flourish, you wanted to knock it down because it was some kind of competition to Empire. But now you so in love with her and you want to be in a relationship again. You buying her diamond bracelets and things, and you trying to date her and flirt with her and do all this stuff. So what happens when she goes against you again? Where the love gonna go, Lucius? The same place it always goes, in the back of your mind. Because at the end of the day, Lucius only cares about himself. If it does not benefit him, he is not with it. He's not going to stand behind it. He's not going to go hard for it. He's just not. And so that's why I'm not crazy about them trying to get back together. And I want Cookie to move on to something bigger and better and let Lucius keep dealing with hoes and whatever he do. Let him keep doing that and being selfish, okay? You're not a great father. You really was not a great husband, but okay. They have a bond. They have a chemistry. I see it. They have a past. I get it. But I'm just not here for them being together. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Drop it in the comments below and just tell me if you're for Lucius and Cookie being together. Give me some reasons why they should be together because I honestly, for the life of me, I cannot see it. I don't see it. So the wedding day is here. Everybody's there and everybody's getting ready for the wedding to happen. So Lucius's mother is in the room with Hakeem, Andre, and Jamal, and they're having this discussion about Lucius's father, whose name is Joe. And the mom says, Joe got what he deserved. And she also said that Lucius was there when he was murdered. And right as she's about to really go into detail about the story, Lucius walks in and he breaks, the whole conversation up and he gives her the evil eye as usual. Like, close your mouth. Why are you talking? And then we find out that when, in the last episode, when she went outside to talk to the press, Thursday, Thursday made it out there in time to stop her from saying anything to the press. But y'all, did y'all peep this? Look, go back and watch. Did Lucius's mom and Thursday have on like the same material outfits? Like, did they match? I could have swore when they were standing next to each other, they looked like they coordinated their outfits together. And it only made me laugh out loud because Cookie be steadily going in on Thursday about them suits he be wearing. Like you in your granddaddy's suit. And then his suit matched Lucius's mom's little outfit, and I was rolling. So all the guests are showing up, and Tommy and Rosie are there, and they pull Cookie and Lucius to the side, and they tell them about what's going on with the feds, and just basically letting them know that there may be some heat coming around, just to give them a heads up. And they bring up the fact that they had to bring Sean back in the mix, and the two men are like, we don't really fool with Sean. He's a loose cannon. You know, it's best to really not keep him in the circle. But if y'all are just so adamant about having him here, then I guess we're okay with it. So they really not feeling Sean, for a good reason. Okay, so all while everybody is, mingling and talking and, just having a nice little time before the wedding actually starts, in walks this fool, Sean. He got, let me use a nice word. He has some ladies with him that don't look like they should be at a wedding. They look like they should be at some kind of gentleman's club. Let's just say that. Okay. So he busts up in there with this entourage of ladies, and he just looks a fool. Like he's hitting girls on the booty. I mean, he's just doing the absolute most. Okay, bringing the class level down about 10 notches in the room. Really? So everybody's just looking at them like, oh my goodness, honey, what just fell up in here? So as everything is getting on the way, this lady comes up and serves Anika with papers, and she runs out. So it's this big commotion, and they're trying to get people, stop her, stop her. And stupid Sean reaches out and grabs the wrong person and bashes him over the head with a bottle. And this whole little brawl breaks out. Just as Laura and her family are walking in so she can get ready to walk down the aisle. So they see all this commotion, and they see Sean is in the midst of all the commotion. It scares Laura to death, and she tells Hakeem, look, I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's too much going on in this family. Like, I love you, but I ain't gonna be able to do all this drama. So she had this moment where she said, I'm paraphrasing, that she loved him, but she was not down with all the drama that comes with him. It was just too much. And now you could tell Hakeem was hurt. Like his whole feelings was on the floor. He was so upset about that, and mad too, because he's like, man, I can't have nothing. Why can't I have something good in my life? So after all of that happened, the family get together and they talk about what are their options as far as Anika having to testify. And Thursday agrees with Lucious when he says if they're married, then she can't get on the stand and be a witness. So Cookie already is looking like, no, we're going to find something. We're going to have to figure something else out. No. And I'm like, Cookie, who cares? But her and Lucius are trying to rekindle their romance, so I guess. And so Cookie is really upset about it. Hakeem is like, how you gonna marry my baby mama? Like, no, that's so crazy. What are we doing? And Jamal is looking like, see, here we go again. And Andre is just so blasé about it. He's like, man, the cycle will end when it want to end. Until then, we just got to do what we got to do. Like, he is just so whatever about the whole situation. He's like, yeah, y'all might as well go on and get married. Who cares? This is the way that we got to do it to survive, so we got to get it how we live. I mean, that's just how Andre is acting. And so they decide that Lucius is going to marry Anika. Cookie storms off. She's crying and she's upset. And I'm like, what kind of mess is this? Really? So Lucius marries Anika, who is carrying Hakeem's baby. Okay. And to be honest, I really don't think Anika wanted to do that. Like, I don't think that was her motive. She may have wanted some other things to happen, but I don't think that she wanted Lucius and her to be married anymore. I don't think that was a goal of hers. So she's not really 1000% okay with it, but she's willing to do whatever it takes to not have to get on that stand. And if that wasn't enough, y'all, oh honey, so they're everybody's leaving, right? They're leaving the venue, going home. Everybody has this somber look on their face. Anika breaks off from them and she's like, I'll catch up with y'all in a minute, so she goes somewhere else. And as they're walking out, they bump into Tariq the Freak. So as him and Lucius are talking, Lucius's mother comes up beside Lucius and she's like, what your half brother doing here? What you mean his half brother? Who's half brother? Like, y'all, I was taken aback. Like, huh? Oh, no. No, 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 no. His half brother. So then they do this flashback. And in this flashback, we have Joe, which is Lucius's father. And we have Lucius when he was a little kid. And they're running from somebody. So Joe tells Lucius to go hide. And this guy runs up on Joe and he pulls out a gun on him and he's getting ready to kill him. Now, see, Joe was actually a police officer. And this guy who was chasing him, tells him, um, I'm going to kill you, right? And Joe says, I'm a cop. You're going to be a cop killer. Basically saying, if you kill me, then, my boys in blue, they're going to come after you. And so he tells him, I really don't care about all of that. And plus, I know that that's not my son. That's your son, you know. So it's indicated that Joe was sleeping with his old lady and got her pregnant. And he knew that the baby wasn't his. And the dude was like, well, both of our sons ain't gonna have no daddy then. And boom, he shoots him in his face, right? And he leaves. So Lucious is down off in the cut and he sees all of this happen. And I can't imagine how traumatic that must have been for him to watch your parent get shot in the face and die in front of you. It's a lot. That was a lot. So that was a huge shocker. I didn't see that one coming. So, anywho, y'all, we skipped to the very last scene of this episode. Anika once again is standing on somebody's ledge, honey. Why are you near ledges all the time? With your pregnant self, girl, will you get somewhere and sit down? Oh my goodness. So here she is, all distraught over having to marry Lucius. And she's looking over the edge. And y'all, out of nowhere comes Rhonda. And she rushes up on Anika and they get to tussling. And then Rhonda says, you just wanted your little baby to be, the heir of the throne. And Anika says, yeah, you're right. I did. So kind of, I'm paraphrasing all of this because I don't remember what they said exactly. But basically, Rhonda was like, you wanted your baby to be, heir to the throne. And that's why you pushed me down them steps and I lost my baby. And Anika basically confirmed it, like, yeah, that's exactly why I did what I did. She didn't come out and say it like that, of course. But she just admitted it. So that made Rhonda go even harder, right? So they're tussling and they're both leaning over this ledge. And Andre runs up and all you hear him say is no. So y'all, that was the cliffhanger that they ended the freaking season on. So we don't know who went over the ledge, if both of them fell, if one of them fell, which one of them is it. I hope that next season when they start off at that moment that both of them fell off the side, but they're both hanging on to something and Andre grabs them and pulls them up. I hope that's what happens because I don't want anybody to die off the show. I don't want anybody to leave. There have been murmurings of, Jamal's character leaving. There have been murmurs of Andre's character leaving. But I really don't want anyone to leave. I love the cast and I just don't want them to go. Okay, I watch Game of Thrones and I watch my favorite characters get killed off all the time. Okay, I've had enough. Can we please let these characters live? Please? So that was the season finale, and now we have to wait all the way until next season to see some episodes again. But I enjoyed the episode, and it had plenty of twists and turns that I did not see coming, and I really enjoyed it. On another note, I want to dedicate this video to my cousin Sherry, who recently passed away. Rest in peace, baby girl. Every time that I was around you, it was always love. We didn't talk every day. We didn't even live in the same area, but I always felt love from you, and I appreciate just how sweet you are. And so I just wanted to say that on this video. All right, well, I guess until next season, guys, I will talk with y'all later.